It's time for Cats Talk Wednesday. Small town and big city joined forces. Vinny Hardy of Lynch, Kentucky, and Terry Brown of Louisville, Kentucky, team up to give you free-flowing, laid-back sports talk. Focus on Kentucky Wildcats, as well as pertinent information in the NBA, NFL, and Major League Baseball.
We are that time again, Wednesday, Cats Talk Wednesday on the BS3 Network. Terry T.B. Brown, Vinny Hardy. It's a bye week. We've been having games every Wednesday, so now we don't have a game all week. Got to wait till Saturday to see the Cats again, TB. So switching it up, get a little rest, see what they do in Gainesville. They needed a bye. I think they was the last team to get one, so hope they take advantage of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but I think they've turned it around a little bit. Was it 1-9 out of last 10?
Yeah, something like that. Uh-oh. TB just dropped off. But yeah, the Cats are 8 out of last 9. Started 0-2 in the conference. And now they're 8-3. And honestly, the turnaround was kind of teetering. It was looking a little bleak. Wondering could they turn it around? And still, if we being real honest, still some Jekyll and Hyde there. Could they go to Florida and then we see step back again? Is it possible? Yeah, this team has kind of done everything. But they could go to Florida and punch them in the mouth and get a dub. We hope we don't see a repeat of Nashville, but this team has run the gamut. We get TB back. But yeah, 8 out of 9, 8-3, playing for first place with Florida. First place is on the line in the league, and it's between Kentucky and Florida. Bucky Ball and A&M have fallen off, and Vanderbilt was hot, and they've fallen off, and Kentucky and Florida for first place. TB got you back, man.
As it should be, right? Like that's the only two schools that apparently care about men's basketball. Well, I shouldn't even say Florida care, right? They're the defending champs, but still no juice down in Gainesville for them. But the on the court product, last 25, 30 years, it's been Kentucky and Florida, right? Three championships apiece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With additional Final Fours and things like that. And so tip your hat to Florida. I hope we beat them. But look, I see a lot of people. We talked about. I talked about this last week. They want to spike the ball, right, and talk about where's all the fire poke people now. Look, man, I don't think anybody was legitimately saying firing, right? Like I don't think that was a legitimate thing. But we were more than to the point where we had to ask what's going on.
Yep.
Getting down 15, 16, 17 points in every P4 game, that is cause for concern. Like, I don't think that that's out of bounds, So for me, that was a little bit of a concern. And still is, right? Like, I know that the record is the same as it was last year. And I think it's showing progress from where we were a month ago. I'm willing to concede that. But again, this isn't what we're here for.
And like I said, when you dropped off, could they go down there and get blown out? Yeah. They could. We don't know. We still don't know what we're gonna get.
Right. Like I'm always gonna rock with Kentucky. That's my thing. That's my get down. But for me, it was a legitimate question to ask, and it still kind of is.
Yeah.
Right? Because I know I tried not to be the people to look ahead, but not having any high school recruits at the moment. So again, I am happy. I am pleased when they win 8 out of 9 games. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They are off that line where they're not playing on Wednesday in the SEC tournament,
Mm-hmm.
right? But again, that's bare minimum, right? That's the bare minimum of what we're asking for. My concern is, as we, it is February 11th
Mm-hmm.
right now. March is a couple of weeks away when you start looking at when some of those smaller conferences start their conference tournaments. 7 games left. What kind of momentum? What can we do this year? What's going to be the how we're going to look next year?
Yeah.
Right? What's going to be that reload? And I hate to be that person, but to me, hey, we're where we were last year. Again, I understand the drought, right? I understand it had been a long time since Kentucky had made the Sweet 16. I get it. A lot of flameouts. That's part of the reason Cal is no longer here. But Sweet 16s, I brought this up. People, I'm a hater. I'm a whatever. Like, we don't put up banners for that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, should we? That's another discussion. But we don't even put up banners for Elite Eights.
Yeah.
Right? Like I've told you, I've seen places where I think it was somehow I came across like Iowa State men's basketball, and I'm like, they're what they put banners up for, we don't. They don't have any of the ones we put up.
Uh-huh.
You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like you can go. It's not Thompson Bowling. What is it? Food Center, Food City.
Oh, I guess they switched it to the Food City Center or something. But
I don't know when they made that switch. I still say Thompson Bowling the same way I still say Commonwealth, right?
And they made fun of us for Kroger Field. Well, you named after a grocery store, and now they Food City.
Right. They don't have on the men's side what we have. Right? They don't have those banners. So again, I can be pleased, but I'm still on the side of year 3. I've been very consistent with that. I've provided numbers. The pushback has been, well, things have changed. And again, I'm a broken record. 80 years of Kentucky basketball, every coach that got a year 3 went to an Elite 8.
Mm-hmm.
As it stands right now, our current coach is the only coach to not win SEC Coach of the Year.
Yes.
And that covers a whole lot. I tried to explain some. Okay, NIL is different, right? I get that. But so was recruiting black players. That was a change in how programs look. And the 3-point shot and the shot clock, right? Like we think that there's just before NIL and after NIL, but there's been a lot of change over the last 50 years. The tournament has changed. The tournament has expanded. The only constant in men's college basketball is Kentucky won them teams. That's the only constant. Look at the teams that were good when Rupp won, right? CCNY, right? Drake University went to a Final Four in the 60s, right here in town, right? All these San Francisco. Was it USF? No, I don't know. But Artis Gilmore.
Jacksonville.
I knew it was a Florida. Like
Seattle with Elgin Baylor.
Yes. Look at those teams in the 40s and 50s, right? You see Kentucky all over the place. Then you see pew pew UNC, pew pew Kansas, right? Then you get to the 70s, right? If you think about it, between 74 and 83, NC State is a top team, right?
Yeah.
We've seen UCLA go up and come down, right? We've seen teams that were good when we were kids stop being good, right? Where's Georgetown now?
Yeah.
Right? The only constant has been the University of Kentucky men's basketball team is a top program, period. And it doesn't matter. That's the point I'm trying to make. It doesn't matter what it looks like. We will be good. That to me is the comparison between what Alabama does and what Kentucky does. We're going to be great at this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, Alabama's had to cycle through some coaches. You know, they had some non-winners, as we've discussed, between Bear Bryant and Nick Saban.
Yo.
And so
Mm-hmm.
they may have another one. Kalen DeBoer may be one of those guys that is getting out of Tuscaloosa the first thing smoking. But
Mm-hmm.
they are like, we are here to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's the
that's
thing, right?
that's the task Pope got. You gotta maintain us being one of them teams,
Right.
no matter what.
And that's my thing is it doesn't matter. Well, it's different with NIL. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. Right? Like we talked about again, the way Kentucky won in the 40s and 50s. Please don't get mad at me, folks. You could win with five white guys that really wanted it really, really well. You could win with Wawa Jones and them, right? You could
Mm-hmm.
take Pat Riley as a power forward, to the championship game. You could do that. And then Joe B
Mm-hmm.
shows up with Leonard Hamilton and is like, hey, how do we transition from that model to letting the Negroes play? Oh, okay. We figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Sutton got to an Elite Eight.
Sure do.
We got lazy. The empire burned, and Patino said, "Oh, I can stockpile talent. I can just have a bunch of dudes," and then he won.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tubby said, "You know what? I've got these guys, no All-Americans. I forget all of the things that go with that '98 team. I think it was the first team in forever of Kentucky. I need Corey Price here, but like we didn't have a top 10 score." We didn't have like a top 10 rebounder in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think we had any all SEC dudes on that team, but they figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
We know what we're doing. Okay. A little bit of a fall off. I need people to Google the Billy Gillespie years because they talk about the cupboard getting bare when Pope got here. I'm old enough to remember we were signing eighth graders, them 2 seasons with Billy G.
Yes.
Like, talk to those dudes. Because I know Jody Meeks left, but Patrick Patterson was going to go. Harrelson was going to go, right? All those, we were going to have an open practice. We had Mike Pratt, God rest his soul, on here talk about that. The people behind the scenes knew how bad it was in 2009.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so if we're going to tell the whole story about how it ended, talk about how it started, right? And so Cal said, here for the mid-millennium, the 2000s, this is how we're going to do it. And we were the best at it.
Yep.
Now it's incumbent on Pope to take it to that next level, or else you got to go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to be hateful. I know we've won a lot, but again, you can't let the most recent stuff dictate what you see.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to be able to step back and say, we are doing good now. The Gonzaga game still exists.
Mm-hmm.
The Louisville game still exists. And I know it's only ended up being like an 8-point loss to Louisville, but that's still the worst loss in a quarter century. That's how thoroughly we have kicked their behinds. The 8-point loss is the worst loss.
Yeah. And you can't I can't give you credit for cutting it to 8 and it looking closer than it was, and not to your in-state rival when they're up 20. And
because I'm sitting here thinking, it's like it's got to be at least 30 years since we was down 20 points to Louisville. At least, like they've won some games, but 20 points. I'd have to look, but it's been a long time. I'm talking about like Denny Crum times. Maybe like I'd have to look it up. That's the point I'm trying to make is, all right, we get it back together. We on that same trajectory. I think if they go 4-3 or something like that, they'll tie the record for last year. Great, good to get to this point, but this ain't gonna move me, man. Like it's one of those things. I will count it as hey, this is good. But back Sweet 16s don't move me like that.
Yeah.
And maybe it should, right? Like, but we are not Louisville. We are not Tennessee. We're not Michigan. We're not Arizona. We're Kentucky.
Tennessee has a big banner for the Elite Eight. They have every Sweet 16 listed. They also have NIT appearances and NIT Final Four on the banner. So, yeah, that's what they're doing down there.
You wouldn't be able to see nothing if we put up Elite Eight banners because we got more than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we put up Elite Eight banners, you know how ludicrous that is. I mean, think about Rupp Arena with Elite Eight banner, just Elite Eight, right? I ain't talking about Sweet Elite Eight and SEC championships.
Yeah. Yes.
Like it isn't. I've not been to newly renovated historic Memorial Coliseum. But I remember they had that big thing on the one side that had all the SEC championships, and then it hits you like, wow, that's a lot. Okay, that's what we do, and people can say, oh well, no one else cared about basketball. Fine, everybody else participated, so it counts.
You're talking about Kentucky and Louisville. 30-point losses and blowouts, and so 86 the year Louisville wins. I mean, Kentucky would have played in 85. Yeah. December 28th, 85, Kentucky won 69-64. That's got to be Louisville's championship team.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. So Kentucky beat them that year. Mm-hmm. Just like in 98, the Louisville fans, Louisville won in 98 and, that whole thing. So Kentucky beat Purvis and them in 86, the year they won the title. You're talking about blowouts. The next year at Louisville in 86, Kentucky wins 85-51.
That's Rex dunking on Kenny Payne.
Ooh.
If you look at it, Louisville generally squeaks out a win.
Yeah.
And Kentucky blows them out. That's usually the way it goes.
1988 at Louisville. Louisville wins 97-75. That might be the biggest one. Just scrolling here real quick.
Yeah. That's what I would say off the top of my head. I know Tubby had a double-digit loss, I think.
81-63 and 02 at Louisville. So it's 18-point loss.
Yeah. I knew Tubby had one of those. Yeah, that was a bad game.
89-75 and 08. That'd be Billy G.
Yeah,
and then the next year he loses by 3. So a couple.
And again, Billy G lost twice and had to go because we've never beat Louisville. Louisville's never won 3 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've never had a class go through undefeated.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like that's crazy in a rivalry. But speaking of rivalry, real quick, I know we got the big game to talk about. I don't know if the NFL will sue us if we say Super Bowl, but the Duke Carolina game, man. I hate how much ESPN loves that game. Why would they not flip the game over to Kentucky, Tennessee? I got to watch 2 court stormings and a post-game interview. I'm like, you got another game going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hate the because is it a rivalry because you say so? That's where I am with Duke and Carolina. I get that they say they're rivals, but it feels like a lot of East Coast bias. Because Duke fans know they gotta come to Durham in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That to me cheapens that rivalry. I'm gonna die on the hill of Kentucky Louisville being the best collegiate sports rivalry because it goes across all sports.
Yeah.
And generally speaking, there are a lot of ranked teams playing those games.
Mm-hmm.
Volleyball, baseball, College World Series, softball, women's College World Series teams.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'd put that rivalry up there with anything. But the game itself on Tennessee, are we sure Rick Barnes is a good coach? Are we sure? Because I have seen a lot of Rick Barnes teams play at Tennessee and Texas, and keep in mind Kevin Durant did not play in the second weekend of the tournament with DJ Augustine. Like, we talk about dudes wasting NBA talent, like,
and that made me think.
Go ahead.
I was thinking the same thing because Rick Barnes did not get to the Final Four with Kevin Durant.
He did get to the second weekend with Kevin Durant.
Ray Mears didn't get to the Final Four. He had Bernard King, Ernie Grunfeld. I was trying to think who's the greatest player not to make. Like, Dale Brown couldn't get Shaq to the Final Four, right? Did they make them?
No, because they went in '86, beating Kentucky, and then they didn't go till Big Baby and them in like 2011 or whatever that was.
So, like, those three right there, KD, Shaq, Bernard King. I wonder what the list is of like stud, like them dudes that didn't make the Final Four. I mean, Mashburn made the Final Four.
Look at Shaq. They had Stanley Roberts, Shaq, and Chris Jackson. Yeah. Now Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. Like, again, it goes back to, I get, like, we have to keep dumping on Cal, and there's a lot of coaches that have a lot of teams where you look at it and you're like, how did you not pull this off?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Roy Williams still talks about the 97 team with Paul Pierce, Jacques Vaughn, and Rafe LaFrance losing to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got multiple championships, and he's done all this. Every coach has them.
Mm-hmm.
My big caveat is go Google the 1984 North Carolina Tar Heels.
Yeah.
4 NBA All-Stars, including Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Jordan, Worthy, Perk.
No, Worthy was gone. It was Brad Daugherty and Kenny Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, like, how did exactly? Also, North Carolina, they won the 93 championship, right?
Yeah.
They brought just about everybody back for 94 and added Rasheed Wallace and Jerry Stackhouse and lost in the second round to Boston College.
Yeah, that's 2 more that you can put, because they didn't get to one either, did they?
Yeah, they did in 95.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, they beat it. Yeah.
Amnesia kicking in.
Yeah, Rasheed Wallace. Yeah.
That's right. That's where.
But that broke their streak of like 20-something years in the Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm.
Losing that game, whatever it was at the time. So, like, sometimes these things happen. But again, going back to Rick Barnes, like, are we sure? Because he sometimes look clueless out there. like he don't know what's going on.
They were scratching their heads at him about after Saturday, because he said this one was easier to take. This loss to Kentucky was easier to take because then he felt they competed Saturday as opposed to not competing in Knoxville 3 weeks ago. And they're all like, it was the same exact game, Rick. What do you mean we competed Saturday and we didn't? So they was a little up in arms about that, but that was his, I don't know, poor choice words or the way he, whatever. But
and I got, as I told you, I was up late Saturday night with the post game, doing the post game thing with Round the Shots, and my whole thing about Tennessee wins and Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
Guess what? Christmas didn't become an official federal holiday till 1870. So you could have either celebrated and gave thanks for a Kentucky victory on Thanksgiving since 1863 or Christmases since 1870, and you wouldn't have to repeat.
That's right. Because
again, I see a lot of these Tennessee fans. I can't believe it. Why can't you believe it? I'm supposed to be shocked that the Coyote can't catch the Roadrunner? Like, what are you talking about? Is this because I saw is this our new tradition? My brother or sister? Like, at what point did you think Tennessee was going to be dog walking Kentucky?
Yeah.
See, and I got my wife into it now. I went to bigbluehistory.net and I showed her this is how it goes in the SEC, right? It's usually Kentucky's won either between like 99 and like 105 games, except for Tennessee, it's 165. The other team has won like maybe 20 times. And there's always that snippet where they maybe go 4-4 or 5-3, and then they
Yo.
That like that's how it goes.
Yo.
Except for Florida, those middle 2000s where I think they were like 8-2 over 10 games against Kentucky, which I think that's the worst we've ever had. But like for the most part, that's how it goes.
Yeah. Because I grew up sweeping Tennessee. This splitting and them sweeping it, that's foreign. To where they kind of rose up and Chris Lofton goes off and beats us in Rupp. That was their first win in Rupp in years. And they had only won like 3 or 4. It wasn't even a handful of times until, real recent. But that's why I always put in my little 5 games, Tennessee, North Carolina, Louisville, Indiana, when we used to play them, and then Tennessee twice. Based on how Kentucky does in those 5, you can about see how they're going to do for the whole year. And you go 4-1 or 5-0 in those 5.
Yeah,
you have a good team. You'll be playing deep into March. Go 3-2 or worse. This year we were 3-2. Beat Tennessee twice. Beat Indiana, but then North Carolina and Louisville, we dropped them, and we're on a roller coaster ride of a season. I'm just
right. And look, they can finish in the top 4. They can not play on Wednesday or Thursday. But the pressure again every year is gonna be the tournament. I'll eat crow. They make to the Final Four. I'll get me a Final Four shirt and I'll eat some crow.
Yeah, buddy.
But there's still legit concerns. That's just how it goes. I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. Like people think I'm out here. I don't know how I went from sunshine pumper to negative guy, but I don't know. I just want this team to be successful. There's no reason for them not to be, no matter what it looks like. That's my 2 cents.
Now you say you got some bragging to do. So what? Before we started, you said, "Oh,
yeah." My youngest, Lauren, won the 400 meter. I don't know if it's 400 meter dash. I don't think it's much of a dash, but she won the 400 meters at the Jefferson County Meet of Champions. So the fastest 400 meters in Louisville. So she's excited. She is ready to transition to outdoor, and she's going for state. And I told her, I said, you win in Louisville, we ain't worried about the other 119 counties. I said, you got this. You're the favorite in my book.
There you go. So congratulations to Lauren for a full 2 seconds. The time you said, it wasn't a photo finish win by a nose. She had a little in track terms. That's kind of a comfortable win.
Yeah, she told me she was excited. Like I said, she started doing track because she wanted to stay and get better running for field hockey, but track's become her thing.
She's not doing field hockey?
No, she does. No, she's still doing it. She's still doing it, but her emphasis is track. She's become really, really good at it as it did. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is awesome. So I pay my money so I can watch her race from afar, and I'll be there in person when she makes the state tournament there in Lexington again. She runs the Sidney McLaughlin-Lavrone race, the 400 meters.
Yeah.
Because her coach said, this is the most challenging race out there. She said, all right, bet. I'm like, okay, cool. So very, very excited. You know how it is when you see kids do stuff and everything like that. I saw a picture of you and your boys. You getting ready to be the little man.
Maybe. Yeah, they passing me right up, man.
Hey, you get ready to be little man. they hit you with a, hey Dad, how you doing?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Micah's voice. Yeah.
Hey Dad, how's it going? Like, whoa, hey, all right. I remember that happened to me and my dad. He said something. I said, hey Dad, all right now, all right. Your chore list has changed now. You're gonna sound like that, Barry White.
Yeah, man. Didn't take long.
No, man. No. Love
Yeah,
to see it. But you know how it
mm-hmm.
is when your kids are doing stuff and just want to be the best, man. You know, it's not about, hey, look what I did to get them this place. She decided she wanted to start doing track. I'm like, all right, cool.
There you go. So
Just like Sarah decided she wanted to start playing lacrosse. I didn't know anything about it. Still don't know all the rules, right? I'm still
mm-hmm.
learning. But she's playing at the collegiate level. So who am I? You know, who am I to say,
Mm-hmm.
all right, do it. You got
Yeah.
nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just cheering on the sidelines. I do like
Yeah.
track because I can understand the track rules. You just run fast. Like
uh,
I gotta worry about anything like that.
uh,
What penalty was that?
yeah.
What is that? Is this what is offside? No, what is okay, cool.
So you're gonna be heading back down that way when it gets a little warmer too, right?
Yeah. They start at the end of February, so a couple weeks
Okay.
here.
Mm-hmm.
They start playing, and it's bad because again she's right outside Chicago, so it's been cold.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, it gets cold. I was like, I told you, just like I told you, it's the wind that gets you.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
sure? Hey.
yeah. Mm-hmm. It's the woo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you was right, boy.
Yeah,
Because I hadn't
yeah,
experienced nothing like that. Hadn't been in the Midwest like that before.
yeah. So I guess we got to talk about the Super Bowl.
Yes.
It happened. This is the thing. Like I've tried to keep a level head, because again, last 15 years, 49ers been in 7 NFC championship games or better, and I feel pretty good about it. Like, oh, we made it to 3 Super Bowls, blah blah blah. But then the Rams and the Seahawks have won during this run, and it's like that's a knife in the side, man. Like to be close. I wish we would have got the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Instead, we had Mahomes at the peak of his power. So good luck to us.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's great. Y'all get Drake May with a broke shoulder. We have to go against peak performing Patrick Mahomes.
That's true.
And so there's a weird dichotomy in the fan base. Like the younger 49ers fans are just they heartbroken, man. You know, and again, like the younger Cowboys fans that don't remember the before times, like this is brutal. Then you got fans my age who are like, we just want to go back, man. Like I just want to go back, man. I think about the last 2 Super Bowls that we won, 55-10 and then 56-26. Like I'd have to pay attention to them games. Like I bet I still haven't watched the bulk of Super Bowl 29. I'd be willing to bet I haven't watched the bulk of it. Like, I know we won all that, but we'll be back. Little did I know, right? But I mean, it was a gross Super Bowl. It was a very Iowa Super Bowl. It was a bunch of field goals, a defensive touchdown, and then finally the Seahawks got on the board and scored a regular touchdown. That's all it was. Field position and field goals. That's how Iowa wins their Big Ten championships. Like, get this Iowa Super Bowl out of my face.
Yeah.
Anticlimactic.
Only thing made it good. Well, not good, but the fact that it was the Patriots that was losing. That was the only thing, because you remember that 13-3 Patriots Rams Super Bowl, and to sit there and have to watch the Patriots. I mean, you might have been glad the Rams were losing, but it's the boring Super Bowl, but the Patriots still get the dub. This was better because they were on the losing end of it, but it was still anticlimactic and a snoozer. And
well, my thing is this: people are like, oh, the Super Bowls, but like most of the 60 Super Bowls, about 40 of them are just terrible actual games.
Yeah,
this was a terrible game. I know the Leon Lett Super Bowl, that was not a great game. I know you like the result, but it wasn't a great game.
It was just as great as that 55-10 game.
Right, but those weren't great games. I literally told you I didn't even watch most of the Super Bowl 29.
That's true.
And like, when we were coming up, when the NFC went on that 13-0 run, it was taking turns who would beat Dallas and Buffalo. Not Dallas, but Denver and Buffalo.
Yeah.
Washington got them one rip. That 35-point or 28-point second quarter.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it ever. Yeah, Doug Williams just got on one.
After he about ripped his knee apart and came back and just
and Timmy Smith, but it was like whoever showed up for the NFC, the Giants was blowing people out. Like, and then we got Super Bowl 25. Came down to that field goal. Also, Super Bowl 23 came down to a last-second drive, but for the most part, the games weren't good.
Yeah.
And then we get a nugget with the Rams and the Titans.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's great. And then we get Rams and Patriots. But
yeah.
And then we started getting on this run of some really good ones. You've got Steelers and Cardinals, right? And then, of course, you get Eli and the Patriots. Then we started getting some good ones. But for the most part, there's a lot of not really good games in there. I think the Raiders in the early 80s won in a blowout, kind of 2 or 3 scores. Some of the 70s games were, I think, a little bit closer. But the most part that I remember, they're not really good games.
Yeah. I think even in the blowouts, I mean, is it from a competition standpoint, is it over? Is it out of hand? Is the game over before halftime? Yes. But you still at least have some fireworks. There's a pick six or something that's a punt return or something instead of just punting back and forth. I mean, I'm not saying it's great. I'm saying maybe it's a few notches better than what we just saw. A pick six or a sack fumble or something. When we beat the Bills 52-17, which it was from a Cowboys perspective is great.
Yeah.
And I did watch it. Forced 9 turnovers. That was a Super Bowl record. Every time you look up, Jim Kelly fumbling, Charles Haley knocked him out, Frank Wright coming in, fumbling, Thurman Thomas coughing it up. That was still better than punt, 3 and out, punt, 3 and out. Punt. At least you had a little exciting play, even in a blowout. I'll take that over just no juice, and you just hoping, can we have one? Congrats to the Seahawks though. They're not gonna get a trophy back. So
no, and that's the thing. They shouldn't.
That gives them 2. That's 2 for them. So
yeah,
as Ray Lewis said after he won his second, that's 2 for me. So
yeah. I was there when he got his second one.
Oh God, my fault. Yeah,
no, that was the Beyonce lights went out game. And I was talking to Kate about the Super Bowl. We were talking about the commercials, right? And just they're not good. I think part of it is because every time I log into something and I watch something on YouTube, I'm getting commercialized. Like commercials are literally everywhere, so I don't know how effective they are. But this crop was, hey, y'all remember this thing? We remember it too. Like it's all this nostalgia. Like, hey, you remember this? Did you like this? You remember Jurassic Park? Like Jurassic Park came out like in 1993. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, okay. And the Backstreet Boys was in 2 commercials.
Yeah. Sure
and it was like, okay. And the one that I really liked was the tight end commercial on get your prostate checked out with all the tight ends.
I missed that one. I need to go back and watch it, but I'm here for that. I'm here for that because I've been screaming that we should be able to laparoscopically do this procedure for years. Ain't no sense that it's got to be the way it's been all these years.
But it's because Kittle was in it, Vernon Davis was in it, all these tight ends, Rob Gronkowski.
Brent Jones. They get Brent Jones in there.
No, I was waiting. But Bruce Arians was narrating, so I thought that was a good commercial. But there's no Bud Bowles, there's no West Up, there's no, there's nothing to get in the cultural zeitgeist like it used to be. I don't know. I think we might have run the gamut on ideas because it's either you want to gamble, I don't want to gamble. You want to use AI, I don't want to do that either. You remember these people? Yeah, but what does that have to do with anything? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
we don't even get the Clydesdales
Yeah.
because
Got
we
that
don't get.
one. It was, but I was kind of in and out. It was a group of people. We was at some friends' house. So I'm like I said, I missed the tight end. You had the it was like a little baby bird on the
Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
Clydesdale coat. That was,
yeah.
but I mean,
But
you had the one where they used to kick the football and be playing against each other, and
and, and remember the frogs?
yeah,
Bud Wise.
yeah,
That was what are they? And then it clicked like, oh, they don't do that. Where the magic?
yeah.
Where the
Hmm.
we don't have the magic anymore.
Hmm.
Uh, so it was a meh game. The commercials were meh. I enjoyed the Bad Bunny performance. I ain't gonna get political about it, but I've been jamming the music all my life. I can't understand the words too.
Yeah.
Like, because what is it? Uh, man, I had this all lined up, but I listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony. I don't know what they saying. I
Hmm.
listen to Twister. I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of R&B songs. I don't know what they saying. I don't know what they saying, but it sounds
Yeah.
good to me, so I'm gonna rock with it. Like I ain't got to make it that deep. He put on for his people. Had a whole lot of folks dancing. What's wrong with that? Why are you mad about people dancing? That seems like
Yeah.
fun to me.
I put a we put a poll out on here. Do you like for music? Are you a lyrics person or a beats person? And I forget the percentage of what, but for me, yeah, my wife would tell you, I'm I'm just my dad made over when it comes to lyrics and knowing what like you get this. The great Aaliyah, her first breakout hit, Back and Forth. You remember the purple
Yeah.
cassette single? She had the shades on, and she would say, "Ooh, it's the Liyah," spelling her name. And we were coming back from might be coming back from Alabama. We like in between Chattanooga and Birmingham or something. Me and my dad, and my sister, and dad's just ooh, the wow, 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 and we're like, no, dad, because we're the young kids, we with it. She's spelling her name, dad, and dad's just like, ooh, so wow, 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 wow. So we're like, no, she's spelling her name, Aaliyah, Liyah, and he, whatever, no, but 9 times out of 10, I'm that guy that
Yeah.
don't understand lyric the first. It's got a good beat,
But,
got some nice little background vocals. If you got some harmony and background, you got me. But
but
you know,
I'm gonna say it with my whole chest. So anyway, that's my thing. And now we gotta do this thing, the most watched, uh, halftime show. Okay, right? Like, but keep in mind, and I want to keep stressing this to people. It's Bad Bunny, and I think Kendrick, and then Michael's still third. But as I tweeted out, Google the U.S. population in 1993. Like, Google what it is. It was like over half the country watched Michael,
mm,
and then the rest of the game got lower rate. He got a higher rating than the actual Super Bowl. Like, stop trying to compare people to what Michael was about. Um, he's the reason the Super Bowl halftime show is the Super Bowl halftime show, right? Like
yeah,
we all know the story. The year before, Living Color did a live show, took a huge chunk of the audience, and the NFL said not again, and gave Michael that money
yeah,
and tried to give him a time frame, and he stood out there 4 or 5 minutes, just being Michael, and
mm-hmm,
and now it's a thing. I
mm-hmm,
just don't know, and I think the big thing for me with these last couple of Super Bowls is I don't know if I've aged out of the target demographic or the NFL is just going younger. I mean, think about it. When Michael did his thing, this is 93. Like this is uh after Dangerous, right? This
mm-hmm,
is Prince headlines in '06. I mean, he's still Prince, to be clear, right?
mm-hmm,
But he was not at that pinnacle like he was 84, 85, right? He
yeah,
wasn't at
mm-hmm,
that commercial pinnacle.
mm-hmm,
Uh, Paul McCartney coming out. Yeah, it's been a long time since the Beatles. But you look at the acts, it's not like the hippest and the trendiest acts. maybe The Weeknd, you know, when he did it a couple years ago. But think, like, was it 3 years ago? It's Dre and Snoop, and people were throwing a fit. I'm like, that was 30 years ago. Like, they rapping songs off the Chronic. That was 30 years ago at that point. Like, these are old people now.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Snoop got grandkids.
Right. 50 Cent, it had been like 20-something years after his debut.
Yeah.
Like, this is usually not a young person thing. Rihanna, she's been making music longer than you think. Usher, a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Usher
been around. He's been 30 years now.
Yeah, you got it bad. Hey, buddy.
He our age. He born in 77. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, are they skewing young, or am I just? I'm willing to admit when it comes to stuff, I'm not the target demographic anymore.
All right. Yeah.
Like, I understand pop culture ain't for me. I get it. I'm okay with it. Like, I'd much rather listen to my stuff. The girls will sometimes be like, check this out. And I'm like, all right, that's a bunch of noise, but okay. That's good. I'm glad that you like that. Awesome. Good for you. It's not for me.
Have they sent you anything that you like? Like, oh, that's so like your dad did when you see him, D'Angelo. Have you heard that? Like, oh, okay, y'all gonna be all right.
I'm trying to remember. There was I tell you what though. Oh, what's the name of the song? It's a couple years old now, but I shocked Lauren because I knew it. Oh, it's a rap song. Oh, he's died now. Oh, Pop Smoke. And he was on my Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year, whatever. She's like, you listen to this? I said, yeah. She said, look at you. I said, I'm not dead, but the funny thing is, we kind of get nostalgic, and I read an article about it, kind of what we listen to as far as pop music. It's between like 16 and like 23, something like that. Like, that window of that becomes like the soundtrack of your mind, right? When you think about, this. Anyway, I'm willing to admit I'm out of the target demographic. Went to the movies the other night. I know you don't do movies, but went and saw the new Jason.
I don't.
We went and saw the new Jason Statham movie,
which
is one of my favorite genre of movies. It doesn't miss. Jason Statham is a retired military guy. He stumbles across either an old person or a young girl that needs help, and then he has to kill and fight a bunch of people. And they're like, "I thought you retired." He's like, "I'm back." I'm like, "No, you need to stay retired. I'm back." And then he saves the day, and then he goes on about his business. Like, I love that. That's awesome. I'm paying money for that. Because he don't even get the girl. He's like, he's not even doing it. He's like, I'm just here to shoot some people or blow some stuff up and then go about my quiet life. All right, Jason Statham. I don't even bother worrying about like what his name is in the movie. Just be Jason Statham. Like, this one, he's living in a lighthouse. Oh, that's crazy. A Scottish lighthouse. How is he going to go from the Scottish lighthouse to shooting people? Okay, thank you, movie. He was in the movie with Felicia Rashad, the beekeeper.
Okay.
It's basically, he does a random job. He's in a lighthouse. He's a beekeeper. He's a construction guy. Somebody gets wronged, and now he's got to go. One movie, he was a trash man. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm here for it. It's like a Mad Libs. What can Jason Statham do to all of a sudden be back at it? Anyway, I give it two thumbs up. It's what I say.
All right. Hey. So, and that's why you were on the forecast review of movies with being there every now and then, because it's right up the alley.
I love watching movies, man.
Yeah. If it's a group of people going or something, and I'll watch them. But just me, I just don't do that. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah, man. Like, I look, I could appreciate like classic film. Like, me and the wife, we've gone through. We've done Casablanca. We've done Key Largo, a couple of these other black and white films. But But I can watch those. But I can also watch Jason Statham fight people for 2 hours. Like I take a little column A, a little column B. Like I'll take a little bit of the MCU, but I'll also watch this over here. Like I will watch this. I will watch Denzel as Macbeth, and I will watch Denzel in Training Day. I get you somebody that can do both. I'm all about that.
Yeah. See, my dad did. He was all about the movies, and my sister watched them with him. I was always, when Dad was watching movies, I'm like, man, ain't there a game we could be watching? Man, Dad, why ain't you got Sports Center on? I was that kid. And so now, like It's a Wonderful Life will come on, and he would always watch that, the Jimmy Stewart movie.
Yeah.
And, Mr. Potter, give me, help the Bailey's building a loan. And
that was pretty good.
And so, but that I did, get that one. But as far as just diving in, I never did dive in. But you were able to do that. You got the movie side. You love your sports, music and sports. I'm there. Never did really get into the movies.
Yeah.
On my own. Like Rush Hour is like the only movie I wanted to go watch myself, because I like if it's something funny, something silly, a little action. I did remember when that came out. I want to go see that. It's just something about Chris and Jackie. But as a whole, y'all been listening, and you've been fooling with me long enough. Vinny don't know nothing about movies. You name this popular movie, and he's get that blank look in his eye. He don't even know what.
Well, yeah. So for movies, God, was this my senior year? There was a year I was at UK. Me and my roommate Mikey. We didn't have class on Friday. We had set up our schedule like that. No class on Friday. And so we would go to like the matinee show of the movie that came out that Friday.
Wow.
And so this was 1999, and we saw like The Matrix and all these movies. We were going in for cheap that Friday, just the two of us. We'd go to the movie, we'd watch it. And it became a thing I used to do with the girls. It was always a fun thing.
Yeah. Your pictures, those selfies you would do,
man,
in the theater.
I saw so many of those terrible computer movies. It's always some you got some famous voices, and the movies weren't very good. So yes, if you're ever looking at one of these kids' movies, like who would go see Boss Baby the movie? Who would go see Storks in the movie theater? I watched the one where Will Smith got turned into a pigeon. Can't think of the name of that one. Saw that one. The worst one I ever saw was the Emoji Movie.
Okay, it's terrible.
I knew it was going to be terrible, right? And the girls said, we want to go see it. I said, all right, because I'm thinking it's so bad, it's not going to be at the theater that long. And so I pick them up, like, oh, we're going to go see the movie, Emoji Movie. I said, I don't know if it's still out. Like, oh yeah, it's still here at the expensive ones. I'm like, oh man. So I got to go to the fancy ones with the laying back seats and all this kind of stuff to watch the Emoji Movie. I fell asleep in the movie.
Oh.
I woke up, and they still in the same spot. I'm like, how's the plot not advancing? And so, not to ruin the plot of the Emoji Movie, there's emoji on your phone that the emoji was trying to get back to, I don't know, Emoji Land. I'm simplifying it. But all they do is the emojis just go from app to app to app. So the emoji's like, oh, this is Facebook. Like, and then they went to Dance Dance Revolution, which is not an app on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here like, that's not an app on the phone. And then my other part of my brain was like, you moron, you're trying to bring logic to the Emoji Movie? Like that. Then I'm like, well, that's on me for trying to make sense of an Emoji Movie. But Angry Birds, all that stuff, man, it was terrible. But the girls loved it, which is why I got them onto the MCU eventually. Anyway, let's bring it back to sports. You talk about movies. Let's talk about some sports.
Yes. What the All-Star games this weekend, and that's how bad is that gonna be?
I'm not watching. Like you and I have been two NBA diehards after a lot of people have. But why are you bringing in two more teams?
Got to get Nolan on here too. Gonna need a podcast dedicated to you reading the script of the Emoji Movie.
Well, you know the lore of the Emoji Movie is that's why uh, uh, Key and Jordan Peele quit acting because they wanted him to be the poop emoji in the Emoji Movie, and so he gave up on acting, and then he wrote Get Out. So a little bit of a thing. And I think Patrick Stewart ended up being the emoji, the poop emoji in the movie. Anyway, yeah, just all those movies, they were just so bad, man. Just so bad. But
I have to get you on here sometime, Nolan. From the
love no.
Breaking Blue Pod. I have to get you on here, man.
Yeah, Nolan was with me till about 1:00 in the morning on Saturday with the round of shots. It was fun. Look, man, you and I have been NBA diehards, but the product is bad. Like you can't have 10 teams actively trying not to win games.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not great.
Nope.
Because to me, how do you build you and I talk about this, right? What are we doing sports for? Right? What do we get out of it, right? And people get a bunch of different things because it can't be the championships.
Mm-hmm.
Because your teams don't win enough to make winning championships a thing. I don't care if you're Yankees or Lakers, right? Again, 11 championships in my lifetime. That's 40 plus years of not winning, right? All the winning that Kentucky has done. There's been some years of not winning, right? So what else? But part of the contract is you're trying to win ball games. I can't imagine my teams like when the 49ers were terrible, I just knew they were terrible because they had bad coaching and couldn't draft. Right? When the Lakers are terrible, okay. But these I just don't know how you sell a fan base on we're gonna be terrible for 4 years. On the chance that it works out.
Yeah.
Like that to me seems to be a hard sell. I know Bo Bonnie had somebody on talking today about you look at the Washington Wizards, on paper they've got AD and Trae Young, and you think that team could probably make the playoffs, if they're playing both and he's like, is that what you want? He's like, but yeah, if you're the Wizards and if you're a Wizards fan,
yeah,
and the dozens of you have been around, and your team has never won 50 games. Yeah, get to the playoffs would feel pretty good. Again, I go back to being a current 49ers fan. I would have loved to close the deal on at least one of those Super Bowls. But for no small thing, putting the Cowboys out of the playoffs, putting the Packers out of the playoffs, putting the Lions out of the playoffs, this year putting the Eagles out of the playoffs, to quote Denzel, I'm leaving with something.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, if you say we're not going to win the championship, okay, that's 31 teams didn't win the Super Bowl this year. But can you look at moments where you're like, yeah, okay, right? That's what we're here for. Because I'm sure there were some games this past year you're like, man, Dak is that dude, right? Like that, but that's what we're here for. Yeah, I talk. One of my favorite Kentucky basketball performances ever was Joe Crawford in 06 or 07 in the tournament against Marquette, right? Marquette was up, 8-9 points most of the game, and Joe Crawford goes out with 36. He's like, I'm just going to give. I'm leaving it all out here. Like I'm not leaving it with any bullets with me, right? That's the kind of stuff I like, where it's okay. You're fighting. You're doing something, right? Like that's what we're here for. And that's not been my thing. That was one of my things with the Kentucky team earlier this year is they don't look like they trying. And I'm not trying to say that they were, but it just didn't look like it to me, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't be out here losing by 35 points. Like that's not it. It's give me those moments where you dig deep, and if you lose, I'm okay with losing, right? Like that was always my thing with the front half of Cal was I don't think we left a lot on the table, right? Okay, you lose to West Virginia, right? They were in the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
That team getting to 36-3, whatever it was, that's pretty darn good, right?
Yeah.
Like that's right there. The 2011 team, right? Like
Yeah.
Brandon Knight with those 2 shots in the tournament, you make it to a Final Four. I felt that team did what you kind of thought that team could do.
Mm-hmm.
2014 exceeded expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, 2015, again, disappointed. It's hard to throw out 38-1. I know the disappointment, but it's hard to be like, that didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that team could go to the Final Four, and they did. Like, I hope I'm making a little bit of sense where it's like, I just felt this team did what they could do. Like, this 49ers team, as banged up as they were, losing 3 dudes to injury, like 3 all-pros to injury, and Purdy missing a bunch of games, getting to 13 wins is pretty darn good, especially when the 2 other top teams in the conference are also in your division.
Yeah.
Like, that was my takeaway. Against Super Bowl was Seattle. Okay, yeah, they got some dudes on defense. I don't feel as bad.
Yeah.
Right. I don't feel as bad that they did that. So it's like, what are you here for? And asking teams, hey, we're going to be terrible for 5 or 6 years. That sounds miserable to me.
Trust the process, Sixers.
Yeah, like
what was the coach's name that got fired? What was old dude's name?
You talking about Brown? They had Coach Brown, and then they got Doc Rivers, if I remember correctly.
Before, and now they got Nurse from Toronto.
Yeah.
Before Doc, he was a salt and pepper hair, had a full head of hair.
It was
it was Brent. Yeah.
Brent Brown.
Yeah. Him just falling on the sword for 4 years, and then you finally get a squad that you think is ready, and then Embiid can't stay healthy. So I'm like, this is what y'all been trying to build all this time. And
to me, it's just a tough sell to be like, we're going to be terrible. Y'all are going to be okay with it. Like, I just, as much as I've complained about the Lakers with the play-in games, that's not nothing, right? Like, that's not nothing to be in the playoffs, even going that way. Like, I will take that. But the NBA, they gotta find something, man. They're gonna have 200 influencers at All-Star Weekend. I still don't know the rules of who's playing on what team. I refuse to learn those rules, like I refuse to understand about NFL kickoffs. Refuse. I don't care about kicking zones as landing. I refuse to learn about any of that stuff. I think, and I retweeted this today, basically, the only way the NBA All-Star Game works is when you have a crazy person in the league. That's when it kind of sort of gets competitive. When you've got Michael Jordan, who's not going to half-ass, right? When you got Kobe that's out here getting his nose broken in a glorified pickup game, those are the best games. And I'm like, you know what? I think back to it. Yeah, it helps to have crazy people. The games we grew up on in the 80s, you would have 3 or 4 Celtics against 3 or 4 Lakers with Casey Jones and Pat Riley coaching. It was different because they were stretches. They'd put all 4 of them guys out there with maybe Dominique, or and then all 4 of the Lakers out there with maybe Rolando Blackman or Alex English, right? And those games would get chippy.
Yeah.
But it's hard to bring that back, I think. So I don't know what you do. I didn't even realize that the Pro Bowl was on a Tuesday and what looked like a warehouse.
Yeah.
Just stop that, man. Just ever since Sean Taylor rocked that punter, you can't play football like that. Just announce the teams. Go back to those quarterback things they used to have on Saturday. How
Yeah.
far can you throw at? Give us a little bit of that. Don't do all
Mhm.
this, man. I don't want to see all this.
Yeah. Yeah. And you had, those guys hitting the moving targets from short,
Yeah.
intermediate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it fair to say that to blame LeBron for this? Because I mean, you remember, was it the year Kobe won the dunk contest, and they went up to him and said, "You gonna do it?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it next year." Promised that he was gonna do it. Then he didn't do it.
But
And all of these games, all the All Star games, have just gradually declined. Because I think I retweeted 03, where Iverson scored 15 in the
yeah,
fourth,
I saw that. I
and
tweeted that today. Yeah.
they was, Kobe was hooping, pulling up daggers, Mutombo all in his grill, Marbury trying to guard him, double teams. I don't know when it officially started to where it got to where it's just layups and dunks, but they was going at it in that fourth quarter. And the East got down by like 15 or 20, and they didn't mail it in.
Yeah.
They in order to come back, you had to get stops. You had to, to come back in tails. And that happened to give us that fourth quarter. Iverson and them didn't quit and just like, whatever. So how it got from that to this, I don't know, maybe it ain't all LeBron's fault, but he's the face of the league during this whole time.
Yeah, and but I also think culturally we've seen shifts away, right? Like I said, the Pro Bowl. You are now old enough to remember when the Pro Bowl was after the Super Bowl, and the Niners or Cowboys would win the Super Bowl, and Irvin would fly out to Honolulu, sober up a little bit, and be out there running them routes over the middle. Like that was before they started play. You could only play the 4-3. You couldn't blitz. All that, like there was a stretch where it was maybe not Super Bowl level football, but it was not just two-hand touch football.
Yeah.
Partly because you need crazy people that can't turn it off.
Yeah.
And Jerry's one of those people that can't turn it off. Irvin can't turn it off. Like if I'm out here running routes, then I'm gonna be about it, right? And so I get, and you're not the first person to say, is LeBron, but look at the names we've had in the league. Look at the people in the dunk contest. I don't know who these people are.
No.
Like, maybe it's LeBron and it trickles down, but it was heading this way anyway. I think. I just, it's just the fact he's been in it for 20 years.
And I don't know what year it was when he declined. He was still in his prime then. But going back to Neek and Jordan, they get that $25,000 to win it. That was, they was making good money back then. But hey, that's just $25,000 to go out here and get in my bag on these dunks.
Well, there's that, but also, Jordan had his Nike deal, but it's the fact that Jordan is a crazy person. That's what I'm telling you. Michael Jordan is a crazy person, right? And you need crazy people to take things to the next level, right? You need somebody. You need Larry Bird to be like, you blankety blanks are playing for second, and keep it going. Like I saw a clip. Craig Hodges talking about the one where Larry did not take off his warm up. And the guy asked him, like, is that true? Larry Bird came in, so he was playing for second. He said, yeah, and he went up and down the row and talked about how everybody, you use your legs too much. Oh, your elbow do like this and come down. Like, you need crazy people to make things matter, right? That's the point I'm making. And LeBron is great, but he's not crazy like that.
No.
Like Kobe is crazy like that. Michael is crazy like that. If I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be here. And so I think it helps to have crazy people. Like, again, Sean Taylor, right? In that Pro Bowl, when the punter, why you want to run a punter in a Pro Bowl game? But he could have pushed that dude. He lit that man up, and his legs flew up like a Looney Tunes cartoon. And everybody was like, again, you need a crazy person to take it to the next level. I think. Like you need somebody that takes it really, really serious. Again, every now and then you can see in the MLB All-Star game, there's a pitcher that will come up that takes it really serious. Like, ain't no ha-ha, he. He's throwing at people. You know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't have a specific thing. I want to say it was that Madison Baumgartner, that run with the Giants. He come out. He ain't kikiing nothing. He's painting corners. He's coming at you, right? Like, you know, or you end up with like Randy Johnson throwing at John Kruk. Like, I can hit you with this, right? Okay, crazy person, right? That's what takes these exhibitions to the next level. You just need a crazy person to do it.
That's the only one we got left. Baseball is the only one left that's even gives you the chance to have that now. And like, look, I think this year was another World Baseball Classic year. I think they having that, but I thought it maybe it ain't. But whenever the year they have that, it's still all out. Everybody is here to win this.
They take it absolutely serious, man.
Shohei was pitching to Trout, and he was in this. That year was Japan. Hey, we play for the Angels later, but not right now because I'm on this mound, you in this box. Here, let's go.
That was my takeaway from the 2008 Redeem Team documentary when they brought Kobe on the team. First off, they are practicing. Is it Vegas? Somewhere. A bunch of them are out coming from partying, coming back in and running to Kobe on his way to the gym. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. And Carmelo's like, we're like, okay, this dude's different. But he kept doing it. Eventually, everybody started coming to them early morning workouts and the partying stopped. Mm-hmm. Right? And in the one game, America played Spain. This is 2008. This is Powell and Kobe on a run. Yeah. Right? You've seen that clip. I know what they're running. Powell's going to set a screen. You drop back, and I'm going to run through Powell's chest. And LeBron and Wade, them like, that's your boy. Like, okay, blow up the play, but you ain't got to do that. And you've seen the clip. He took the foul, and he put his forearm in Powell's chest, stepped over him, and Powell looked up like, all right. You need a crazy person. Mm-hmm. Now, you can't have two crazy people, but you need a crazy person to push everybody up, right? Mm-hmm. I talk about, bringing it back to Kentucky. Tyler Eulis was a crazy person. Yeah. When he came out during warm-ups, we ain't kikiing. We running these drills. This is what we do. Mm-hmm. You need that. Mm-hmm. You need somebody to say, "No, this is what we doing." It can't be all the coaches. It's got to be a player on the court to be like, "No, we wrapping this up." Mm-hmm. And that's what I've been looking for Kentucky to have.
Yo,
like I think Michael Kidd-Gilchrist recently became that dude with the Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. This is how we're gonna get this done. Mm-hmm. If you see him on the court, right, he the one pulled them together, right? You need that dude that's crazy. Mm-hmm. And I don't knock the great players that don't do it because it ain't for everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Being that dude is not like I'm not going to fault anybody. Like that was my only problem with these Clippers until Harden got traded was who's going to be the dude to say something? It ain't going to be Kawhi. It ain't going to be Harden. Mm-hmm. So who's going to be the dude?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but say what you will, the best teams have a dude or a lady dude. I guess I could say lady. They'd be like, no, you need a crazy person, right? We talked about this last week before. Vernon Maxwell talked about Akeem. He was laughing at halftime or something and said something. Akeem slapped him across the face. Oh, dream, right? Like Kenny Smith, like, oh, y'all got it twisted. Y'all think he's just big and he got the dream shake and he a big. No. Akeem had a weird Jerry curl when he came over here. Like Akeem is different. Like you need a crazy person.
He was ready to fight at the drop of a hat when he first, young Akeem, young pre-Ramadan Akeem.
Yes, you need a slightly off kilter person to make this kind of stuff work, and that's what the NBA doesn't have.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of people cosplaying as all that, but part of it is you've got to be able to say, I don't care if my teammates like me, which is powerful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of us say, I don't care what people think. That's a lie. I do. But to be that kind of crazy, you got to be like, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they tried to get Kobe. You talked about Andrew Bynum, getting him traded. Now he won championships. Because I talked about him, he stepped up his game, and then we won the championships.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. But go Cats. Got a big game coming up against Florida, so go down there to the half-filled O-Dome or whatever it is these days. I don't know. Is it still the O-Dome? I don't know.
I thought they put some kind of naming rights on it or something. So
I can't keep up with all that. I used to be able to just rattle off all these arenas and stadiums. I don't know anything anymore.
Yes.
I used to know the Omni and Chicago Stadium and Boston Stadium, Boston Garden, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Boston Stadium,
Wrigley Stadium.
You know, but now I was like, I don't know. I didn't realize till just the playoffs. It's something at Mile High Stadium.
Yeah,
it ain't Mile High no more.
They put something on, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what this is. Because the wife's like, what's this? I don't know. I used to know.
Yeah, it's some kind of naming rights for that too, for sure.
Yeah. You know, take me back to Candlestick.
Mm-hmm.
And Texas Stadium.
Yes.
Now it's AT&T and Levi's.
Mm-hmm.
And crypto. I still say Staples. I ain't saying all that crypto stuff. I'm an old man. The more I think about it, the older I got all kinds of gripes. I just got old man gripes. If I go to your website and I got to click where I got to download an app, I'm just not using that service, man. I got too many apps. Would you like to go to the App Store? I would not. I don't want this service.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to get an app to order pizza. Well, I will go someplace else. Thank you. I don't want to do all that. I've done all the technology I'm going to do. That's my thing. Because my mom, actually, I talked to her. She watched the Bad Bunny halftime show. He made that crossover to Mama B. Like, she can't tell you nothing else the last 30 years because she still sees Snoop Dogg as what he was on the Chronic. I'm like, that was 30 years ago. But
little Calvin Brodus, little Calvin.
Yeah. So now I'm to the point, I'm looking at these Grammys and I'm like, I'm to the point now where I've heard of some of these people. I may not know the songs, but I've heard of some of them. But I'm slowly getting out of that thing. I don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Just put me on the adult contemporary jazz thing. That's all I need to know.
We didn't even watch them, but thankfully went back the next day. The Lauryn Hill, D'Angelo, Roberta Flack tribute was well worth your 12 minutes. You have not seen that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, I'll go back and watch it there, but I can't be sitting here like, because I see some of these headlines for some of them pop culture things on Twitter. Oh, Scooby-Doo the cat breaks up with with Lighter McGee. I'm like, man, that's crazy. I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I can still recite the He-Man Master Universe theme song. So go figure. I still got that in my head.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why. Yeah, and that's not leaving to make room for nothing else.
No, that's why I'm not learning anything about the NBA All-Star Game. I'm not learning anything about the NBA Cup. My team won it the first year, and I still don't know how that happened. I'm like, didn't they lose a game? Well, no, you got to look at point difference. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting out my calculator for this. I don't need to get my abacus and figure this out. I want my team to win. That's all I want.
The Lady Cats play tomorrow. Speaking of hitting a little rough patch, hopefully they can
close games too.
Yeah, and Vanderbilt by 1. Tennessee by 2, who just got 40 piece by South Carolina, and the coach down here talking about they got a lot of quit in them. I'm like, how did we lose to them? But yeah, they falling apart now.
And the UConn women, they sat Sarah Strong in the conference. Hey, UConn's in that Gonzaga conference. Like, you can say they win championships, but you can also say what other team gets to sit their star player in a conference game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, come on now.
Mm-hmm. So we get Tiani Key back, and taking a few more losses than I think we thought they would, but I still think, you got some tough games left. You done play some tough games. You still got South Carolina. You got some tough games. But come March, I think Kentucky might be a team that people overlook, as crazy as that sounds, with Clara Strack, who's on the Lisa Leslie watch list, and Tony Morgan, that's on the Nancy Lieberman Klein watch list. But because they done lost 7-8 games, people kind of like, but if they get in that rhythm and get that chemistry and everybody is here, hey, go ahead and overlook Kentucky if you want to next month.
And next year, bringing in 3 McDonald's All-Americans. Mm-hmm. Kenny Brooks is building something. Just got to get that injury bug. Every team I root for has got all these crazy injuries.
Yeah.
The Niners have had injuries the last 2 or 3 years. Now they're looking for conspiracy theories on why they're getting injured.
Need to...
The Wild, I know we need to move from the electric substation, like, and all that kind of stuff. Rooting for the Indiana Fever, and they were just pulling people off the street last year. Like, I'm bad luck, man. Don't let me out here. Don't let me root for your team.
So the W, when they starting up, did they get it resolved?
No,
or they ain't?
No, no.
Okay.
It's I'm gonna save my thoughts on that, but both sides, y'all can't mess this up, man. Like, yeah.
You been watching Unrivaled or anything? You've been watching the Rose versus the Tulips and the blues.
Look, so this is my thing, right?
Respectfully, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but my thing is basketball, but it's not. Like, my wife talking about we should watch. I'm like, it's 3-on-3 basketball. Like, it's 3-on-3 full court basketball. Like, I don't. What are we doing here? Like,
it's not even big three. It's not even big three, right? Half court.
Yeah, but good for them. But no, five. I'm 5-on-5. It's like, would you watch a baseball game with 6 fielders and a bat? Like, it just becomes, it's kind of sort of the version of the sport I love.
Mm-hmm.
But good for. I'm glad that they getting some run in. But again, I just, other than your individual stuff, what are you doing in 3-on-3? Because you're missing 4 other players on the court. Like, the beauty for me, and I know for you, like, basketball, it's 5 people on the same page, offensively and defensively. It's that that's what I love about it. It's up and back. It's that up and down. So anyway, no, to answer your question, I've not watched.
I hadn't either. I mean, it's played in a bunch of 3-on-3 tournaments when I was young, and that was fun. And but that kind of, to watch it and to follow a season of it, no, I haven't watched.
And it's not like you don't like women's sports. No. I just 3-on-3 ain't my jam.
Yeah, it's like me watching I haven't even when the Super Bowl's over, I don't get into the UFL and watching Michigan and St. Louis and Birmingham. I have some of them guys going to be playing for the Cowboys and Niners. Cool. And that's another opportunity to get on film and put on tape. I'm with it. But I just move on to March Madness and NBA playoffs. I don't fool with the spring football. And I hope the league, we've seen several versions. Hope they succeed. All the best to you, but I just don't get invested in starting a season of that after the Super Bowl just ended. I just had
because you get used to a certain thing a certain way. It's why we don't watch the CFL. Yeah, it's football, but no, I ain't watching all that.
Yeah, it's like like Australia it's summer over there right now. That's why the U.S. Open's over there. If you look at fall here in September and October, is spring over there.
Yeah,
and the leaves change colors over there, way different than here. You Google fall in Australia and see what months it is. You'd be like, what? Oh,
speaking
really?
of Australia, Rams and 49ers, week 1 in Australia.
Australia? Wow.
The Niners are playing in Sydney and Mexico City this next season. That's 12,000 traveled miles.
They're just doing too much. I know. It's too much. And I know that to globalize the game and more money and blah blah blah. I get it.
But, that's part. So part of the problem is the 49ers, up until this last year, play a lot of games on negative rest. Like, they'll play a Monday night game, then Sunday, the other team played on. So, there's a formula for that. And the Niners stay on the wrong side of that. They always stay going. It's always difficult going west to east. So that's my theory on why they get banged up, is because they play extra games going deep into the playoffs. And they play a lot of games on this weird kind of schedule. That's what happened to the Chiefs, because they played on Thursday 3 times.
Yeah.
Your Cowboys, I think, twice.
Yeah.
They're always the Thanksgiving game, but then they get like another game or two on. But it's a real thing. It's one of those things. It's why they tried to spread out the schedule in the NBA, because if you're a gambler, you can just look at, the 4th game out of a 5-city road trip. Oh yeah, you dead.
Because this year, like you said, it's always Thanksgiving, but then the week after the Thanksgiving, the Cowboys was on Thursday. I was like, that's got to be a mistake. I said, we Thursday. It was like home for Chiefs or whoever it was, and then at Minnesota or Philly. I went, oh Lord! So it was Thursday, a whole, which was why the league's all-time leading rusher today, Emmitt Smith, or yesterday, was on Front Office Sports, 18,355 yards, TB2, to lead the league all-time in rushing. But he was like, stop lying to people. The quote was, tell people that the 18th game is about extra money, because that's really what it's about as far as the league trying to go from 17 to 18. And that's Emmitt coming out saying that, because we all know. But player safety and this and that, and trying to get another game.
Yeah, like 16 was too perfect to last. 17 is weird. Like, whatever. We can rant about this forever and ever. It's just, that's a lot of football. Like, there's a reason, and the whole big calendar, right, that we only do this 18 times a year. Like, there's a reason for that. Like, it is brutal.
Yeah.
And asking these guys to do it and go deep, that's my downside to the college expansion. Like, hey, this is a lot of wear and tear. Which, again, as we wrap this up, Derrick Henry's high school coach should never coach football ever again. The simple fact that Derrick Henry just now, like his 8th year in the league, surpassed his rushing total for high school. He was running like 400 times a year. Like, what are you doing? Like, what? that dude, he's he's still pretty good right now. But anyway, I know we can wrap it up and everything.
So yeah, man, we're a little bit long, but we appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody in the comments. It'll be on Spotify and Apple, where you can listen. It's on YouTube, where you can watch BS3 Network. It's on Roku. You got the Roku TV. You've seen Michelle and people send in pictures from watching us on their TV. So that's an option for those who like to do that. So enjoy the bye week. Let's go Cats beat Texas A&M tomorrow. Softball's already 5-1. Baseball starts Friday. Cats play the Gators Saturday. So
and gymnastics beat Auburn over the weekend.
Yes, absolutely. So we'll be back. We'll have some guests next week. Let's have a couple. I have JR back. Coach Ryan from the All Blue. Hold up, let me get it right. All Blue UK ball. Hang on. Yeah, I don't want to not say it right. Give me 2 seconds. The Big Blue Ball Show. Coach Ryan's supposed to hop on next week. So we got a couple guests scheduled. See if they can join us. My bad for messing that up, Coach. But we'll talk with them next week. Hopefully be talking about the Cats win over the Gators. And congrats to Lauren at Atherton and doing her thing.
Yeah, man.
Been watching a little bit of the Olympics. I watched some curling. I watched some of that freestyle skiing where they're doing all the skateboard tricks on skis, on the rails, and flipping and doing. Me and Chandler was watching that. I guess the qualifying Sunday and then the middle round last night, that was insane.
They showed that dude in his skis running uphill in skis, did a 6-minute mile. I was like, oh my goodness! Like
he pulled away. He had another gear.
I'm like, oh my god. Oh man, no.
And wasn't even breathing that hard at the end. He was just kind of like, yeah, man, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you know.
I it's like we can understand, you know, we see basketball players for like those are different kind of athletes, but these people are just different too, man. Like again, if you think you're athletic, this is the run as fast as you can and change direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a skill that like 90% of people don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Just run full speed and change and just turn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Without slowing down. Like that's as basic of an athletic feat that most of us can do.
Yeah. So enjoy the Olympics.
Yeah.
And we enjoy y'all tuning in. We appreciate you. TV appreciate you, man. And tell everybody, hey, and it's Cats Talk Wednesday on the BS3 Network. We'll be back next week. We'll see y'all later. Go Cats.
Go Cats.